Arnold, I am so sorry. Oh, it's you. I tried to call it off. Come on, Arnold. What do I have to do to make it up to you? Oh, come on. No, eventually, you're going to have to forgive me, Arnold. Arnold? Arnold!
Hey everyone. So a few days ago, I made a poll asking what you all wanted to see for a 7K special. Unsurprisingly, you all chose the second Fireman Sam movie in the trilogy of questionable sequels, Heroes of the Storm. So, when I hit 7,000 subscribers, I'll be tearing into this mess of a film and making sure Norman finally pays his price. If you want to see that video sooner rather than later, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, since my debut back in August, I haven't really talked about any Nickelodeon shows, and since this video wasn't picked to be the 7K special, I figured it's the perfect time to cover it anyway. For context, Hey Arnold made its Nickelodeon debut back in 1996 and was created by Craig Bargaleg. I don't think I said that right, but I don't care. Who also worked on classics like Rugrats, The Ren and Stimpy Show, Johnny Bravo, and Sid the Science Kid. Yep, Sid the Science Kid.
Oh, this is weird!
Despite the show's generally wholesome tone, there's one episode that stands out for all the wrong reasons. An episode so infamous that even the creator himself has gone on record saying he hated how it turned out and wished it had never been made. That episode in particular is what's known as Arnold Betrays Iggy. Now, just by reading that title, you think Arnold went absolutely off the rails. Like, you think he framed this poor 9-year-old for literal war crimes, stole his entire identity, deleted his Minecraft world and his hardcore survival save, told everyone at school Iggy chugs glue for fun, and then posted his search history on the class group chat?
Calm down.
Now, was it any of that? No. What was it about then? Bunny pajamas. I wish I was joking when I say that.
You serious?
I'm not even kidding you when I say this kid held a grudge against Arnold for several months over something Arnold never even told anyone. Well then, how did the secret get out? Well, the thing is, nobody can really beat the shit out of Arnold to confess. Cause in this world, you can apparently think about what the secret is. And all you have to do to confirm it is either see your friend stand in shock or blush. And there you go, secret leaked. What makes this episode even worse was that Sid and Stinky, who names their kid Stinky, got no consequences for their actions and didn't even care, but more so laughed for the hell Arnold went through. Well, Sid, at least Arnold doesn't have a nose that's shaped like a deflated wiener.
Damn!
So today, we're gonna take a look at the most infamous episode of the entire Hey Arnold series. You know, before Matt gets there. And we're gonna see just why Iggy's gonna be the next boy plastered on a milk carton. Let's not waste any more time and dive right in. Hello everyone. Before this video starts, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button because it really helps the channel out a lot. Sid and Stinky tell Arnold he's so lucky to be delivering Iggy's homework. Why? Cause Iggy's sick. Guess bro's allergic to effort. Arnold makes it to Iggy's apartment, where he gets greeted by Dillis's and Diddy's knockoff aunt. Arnold then catches Iggy in his bunny pajamas.
Arnold? Iggy? Arnold? Iggy? Arnold?
What the f*** is going on?
Iggy's bunny seduction time comes to an end as he threatens to beat the living hell out of Arnold if he tells anyone. Cause a kid in 1998 being exposed for wearing bunny pajamas is a fate worse than getting rejected by your school crush. Arnold promises not to tell anyone. Which now rewatching this episode, he technically did keep that promise. Stinky can't shut up about how lemon pudding is his jam, which is nice if it didn't come from someone who literally calls himself Stinky. Seriously, the scent of that kid could probably clear a room. Arnold can't even hold himself together for more than 2 seconds as the two begin their suspicions on the jittering football head. Instead of lying like anyone else would, Arnold goes full Heffley mode and just denies everything.
Deny, deny, deny.
He doesn't exactly help himself when he accidentally reveals bits of what actually happened. Sid unintentionally states it wasn't like Iggy was wearing bunny pajamas.
It wasn't like he was wearing bunny pajamas or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner!
Despite Arnold continuing to deny everything, the two crackheads finally connect the dots. And what makes it even funnier, Arnold didn't even say a word. Then again, it's pretty suspicious seeing him freeze the moment Sid mentions bunny pajamas. It was like he just realized that he became the punchline of his own life. Arnold begs them not to spill the beans. They both agree, and Stinky even swears he won't tell us all. That promise is broken faster than EDP's entire reputation as they both stand on the table and review what Iggy's really like.
Boy, where's your bunny pajamas?
Oh, haha, that's like so funny. Seriously though, was this really a kid's worst nightmare in 98? Stinky lies to Iggy and says that Arnold told them, even though Arnold said absolutely nothing. Iggy now despises Arnold and cuts him out of his life. Bye! Despite Arnold practically groving for redemption, Iggy hits him with a metaphorical middle finger and goes to him harder than his dad probably did. The next year rolls around, like literally, and instead of getting a grip on reality like everyone else, is still begging for forgiveness. He even demotes himself to being Iggy's maid, scrubbing floors and dignity at the same time. Now you think Iggy would just forgive Arnold and move on with his life.
Thinking is my worst enemy.
Arnold's so desperate for forgiveness, he hits Iggy with the classic, "What do I have to do to make it right?" But instead of taking the hit and ghosting like a normal person, Arnold basically hands Iggy the keys to emotionally wreck him even harder. And we know by the end of the episode, Arnold's gonna be questioning every life choice that led him here. Iggy shows Arnold to his closet, which is so secret that it requires a warning. What are you hiding in there? Iggy tells Arnold that the only way he'll ever be forgiven is to go through the same hell he endured. Which, what is that, you might ask? Wearing bunny pajamas.
This is exactly what I was afraid of.
He's so hell-bent on Arnold's downfall that he actually gathers a crowd to watch Arnold walk down the carpet of shame. Arnold's grandpa doesn't make things any better by laughing in his face and taking pictures for the family album. Best grandpa ever. Sid and Stinky talk about the events of how this whole thing started and saying Arnold doesn't deserve any of this. They're actually making sense for once. Iggy overhears on the two and tries to get Arnold to back out of the whole disaster. Too bad it's too late. Iggy watches in horror as Arnold walks down the carpet of shame in goofy bunny pajamas. Arnold gets squirted by a kid and his whole reputation collapses in that moment. Iggy tries to rush over, but Arnold's face shows someone who realized he made the worst decision of his life. The event is now over, and Iggy tries to make things right with Arnold. Arnold, of course, wanting nothing to do with the bold haircut freak, slaps his own words right back in Iggy's face. Just watch this comparison real quick.
Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you.
Arnold now officially hates Iggy, and any signs of reconciliation were just blown to shreds. Iggy proves himself to be a massive hypocrite when he tells Arnold he'll have to eventually forgive him for his mistake. Here's another comparison.
What do I have to do to prove to you that I'm really sorry? Come on, Arnold. What do I have to do to make it up to you? What if I do your chores for a whole week? How about I do your chores for a week? Look, you can't stay mad at me forever. Aw, come on. You know, eventually, you're going to have to forgive me, Arnold.
That's never gonna happen. Ever. 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 Ever.
Let's summarize. Iggy straight up threatened to kill Arnold the moment he caught him in bunny pajamas. Despite Arnold's best attempts to keep it a secret, Sid and Stinky couldn't stop guessing, and of course, Sid accidentally got it right. They broke their promise to Arnold and made Iggy the laughingstock of the entire school. Iggy held a grudge against Arnold for over a year for something that wasn't even that serious or remotely funny. Iggy made Arnold go through the same hell he went through in order to forgive him. When he eventually found out what really happened, it was already too late. Iggy tried to make things right with Arnold towards the end of the episode, but of course, Arnold smacked him with the same emotional bricks Iggy used on him in the beginning of the episode. The whole episode was so bad that Iggy was practically blacklisted from the entire show following this, cause he either ran off to some remote village to start a new life, or was killed by Arnold in a fit of righteous rage. So, Sid and Stinky can get blacklisted for breaking Arnold's promise, lying to Iggy that Arnold told them, and felt no remorse for what Arnold went through. Grandpa Phil can get blacklisted for laughing at his son's embarrassment and not even trying to stand up for him. And of course, for ghosting Arnold for several months over something so stupid, and for breaking any chance of reconciliation, Iggy can get blacklisted to hell. So remember, if you see the popular kid in his most vulnerable state, be sure to applaud him quietly for making it this far without shattering the delicate illusion that he's emotionally bulletproof, even while standing in bunny pajamas. If people keep asking you what happened, make sure not to give out any hints, cause no matter how hard you try to protect the bunny boy's dignity, people will eventually put all the pieces together. If you do end up screwing up and aren't able to make amends, then it's probably for the best that you leave him stranded, cause at the end of the day, he wasn't that cool to begin with, and his bunny seduction time was never your problem.